stuck in the mud, don't know which step to take. I don't know if I'll make it before I break. Take me, friends, I am yours. I'd buy you for all the money in the world. La 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 la.
Maybe for somebody like an outsider, if he would sit here now, he would say, well, why are they always talking about other people getting it, not getting it? What's them? What are we, like, spreading the word, kind of, I don't know, religion, whatever? Why is it so important for us?
Maybe it's because we all, I think, I mean, it's hard to speak about all the human race, but I remember myself as a young boy thinking about God, about the purpose of life. What's the reason, why He created us, why we're born into this world, and only so we can die in the end. That, to me, I remember as a kid, it bothered to a point that I had to say, I think was 6 or 7 years old, and I said, you know what, you have to stop thinking about it, because it's a very hard thought to think of as a kid, especially
because
as a
you're
kid.
amongst adults and they can't really give you an answer, and you're like,
no one can give you an answer.
They can't even answer
Why are you born into this world? There is nothing else but death.
So the final thing is inescapable. You can't escape it. And
so anything you'll do basically is for nothing. It's like useless. I mean, think how much you do. The infant stage, the time it takes you to walk.
All the efforts.
The efforts. Then to talk. Then going through school. University, adjusting to the big world, and then getting married, having kids yourself, only for that time that your heart gonna fail on you and you're gonna die. It's a bit disturbing thought. I mean, if you're gonna think about it as I think, as that kid that I was, and being blind to this knowledge. I think it's very frustrating. It's something that I know that I couldn't deal with this.
Well, those are usually the kids that have the inner request. To be honest with you, I don't think that people who engage in the study of Kabbalah should worry a lot about other people getting it. Because in the end, it comes to just one thing. This is just me, and everything else, everything on the outside is the creator, including those people. So the only thing I can do is I can correct myself.
I think that we feel some kind of that we're dependent on everything else, because creator or nature, actually, this upper law of nature is really governed by some rules that I think we already feel now that those rules are the rules of love, of bestowal, of love, of really like real connection, and for that we are dependent on everything else, on everybody on the outside to really get that force to be whole, to be like one force, like this big force.
Well,
it really needs to come from everyone in one level or another. It doesn't have to be people that they come, they have to study, they have to go to lessons, they have to listen to lectures, go to conventions, whatever. They can just agree with the opinion, they can just have a thought in that direction, and that already kind of completes this pyramid into a whole system when everybody works in that direction, and then the web starts really to work like 0 to 100. Everything works, and you get the power, you get this energy to really to connect to creation or to nature, really.
Well, I guess the wisdom is, explaining that basically that all humankind need to get to that level of spirituality, basically like what was happening. What was happening before the Babylon, before the Babylon, fell. So because before that we didn't have religions, everyone could sense that
Everybody
sense,
was connected to
everyone
the
was connected
law of nature.
and
They didn't need this.
They didn't need the religion. So this is why now we're striving to basically achieve the same stage of humanity that was existing before the.
Yeah, but there is a difference. Back in the day, people were just living in there, and there was no problem. Today, we have to realize where we are, and consciously come to it. So it's the subtle.
Back then, it was also just a tribe. It wasn't like the whole world.
I mean, well, in the class, he already explained that basically it's the same Babylon today.
Yeah.
It's the same
With
Babylon.
one difference, that we consciously came to it. We consciously came to
Yeah, we kind of
realization that
landed. We kind of landed into the bottom, and now we're climbing from the bottom.
Yeah, we saw the bottom. We saw the bottom,
exactly.
and we realized that we need to.
It's not like
climb
just
back
being
up.
pure and hippie.
So we have two
like a
sides.
hippie
Yeah.
and going like,
Well, it's the
I'm
same-
attaining
so now we
spirituality,
can-
and I'm, it's really coming from like. Like coming from the streets, when you see a movie, when you talk to people that are interesting or that they have something to say, some, I don't know, important director or an actor, impressive actor, sometimes or usually even they come from the streets, they come from the bottom, they have been experiencing things in life, hard things, difficult things, and from that they have the ability to sense things around more carefully and to feel things more.
Yeah, now
with
we'll
more
be able to see the
sensitivity.
two sides. The, as we say, the left side and the right side. Because when you just live on one side and there's no need to do anything, to get anywhere, you don't really feel that. But now we feel that difference. We feel who we were and we feel who we want to be. We put ourselves in the middle.
So that's interesting because we started from kind of perfection or whatever, and then in order to get to a new level of human, of something that is bigger even than that, then you have to descend. You have to go all the way back to the bottom and then climb back again to that same position, but acquiring like a lot of new stuff and a lot of those senses that you didn't have when you were like kind of pure. That's an interesting process.
We have something else to read, right?
Yeah, there's a second part to it. Let's see. We don't even sense the desires which require correction. For now, there's nothing to correct since we don't see what's missing and broken. This is why none of us have desires belonging to the soul except for the single point in a heart, and those who already have it awakened. It becomes the beginning of our soul if we start discerning our connections requiring correction within it. At the same time, the ordinary human desires have no relation to our connection with other souls. This is why we don't have a soul yet, but only material, bodily desires, which are not related to the soul.
I feel really like corporally, like really like, okay, you're being born, right? Physically you're being born, you start to grow up as a baby, as a boy, and if you grow, if you've been maybe in past life or in the life ahead of you while you were growing, where you past experience and things like that, and you start to feel that there could be a second birth of something even bigger or more substantial, more important than only this body, that really this body is here to serve a purpose for something even bigger, for like a second birth of raising to be a man, and then okay, I can have a baby to my soul, like I can give birth to my soul, and now the soul.
You felt it as a baby? Or?
No, I'm saying.
But it's a great. I think it's a great thing what he's saying. It's like it's a kind of a second birth. It's also something that we don't know about. It's the birth of your soul, and which is something we don't know about. Or most people don't know about.
But you feel that you're about to explode, right? You're asking questions and your point in the heart is kind of burning, and you feel, okay, there's more.
Something
but
more than
where
that.
is more? I mean, my body, I eat, I sleep, I work, okay, more money, whatever, vacation, 2 vacations, wife, 3 wives, doesn't matter.
10?
Whatever, 10,
Okay.
10 kids, 10 grandkids,
Quite the stamina
but
for
whatever
10
happens,
wives.
you kind of feel locked and or limited in this body. but with that kind of feeling that we have that, oh, it's not really limited. It is limited, but you can give birth to something new from that body if you really operate in a certain way and you follow nature's laws, those rules, and you follow that path. You can give birth to something bigger than that and kind of walk outside and look at it from the outside and say, okay, I'm giving birth to my soul now, and I'm going to start developing that into a bigger level, which is connecting everybody into that one bigger soul even, which really completes the circle of life and death.